execute to the best, but we did enough to get the job done. We had was a little disappointed at the half. I mean, I think we had over 300 yards of offense and 13 points. We were our own worst enemy. Fumbling the ball and bogging down in the red zone. But came out in the second half and got a big stop and went up and really never let them get closer than 2 scores after that. So good win to build on. Still got a lot to work on, but moving forward, halfway through, 4-2, 3-1 in the league, still control our own fate. So we got to just keep working, get better, and see what happens.
Did Allen finish his runs well?
I thought he did a little better. Yeah, I thought he played really good. He ran through a lot of tackles. Sure did.
Yeah, you have to throw the ball a lot, but it was another good passing performance from Joshua today.
Yeah, I mean, I think we threw the ball 4 times.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was really there was no use to throw it once we saw how they were playing.
Was Jay Finch a boost to the offensive line today?
I think he did okay. We'll have to watch the tape. It's hard to tell how those guys played in there until you really watch the tape. We ran the ball pretty good inside, so they had to be doing at least a decent job in there.
Coach, you talked the last couple of games how you got up in the defense, let the other team score again. This time you got up 27-14. They made some stops and let you put it away.
Right. We got up 20-7, and they let them score again. But they played really well. I thought other than one play in the first half, the one long run, we played really, really well. And they're going to hit some plays. The last drive was disappointing, but it was more of them making plays. The guy just threw it up, and that big tall receiver made plays. So you have to give him some credit. But I think we've played better on defense the last 2 games for sure.
How satisfying was it for Stephen Hill to go in and get that out of the way that first
Yeah,
time?
it was nice. He made a couple of catches early and hopefully got some confidence.
Did Nesbitt explain what he was on that pitch where he was trying to lob it or whatever it was he was trying to do?
I mean, he played. He did a really nice job getting us in the right set, plays most of the time, and that's one I'm sure he'd like to have back. That's one that he wishes he hadn't done, I'm sure.
Minus the fumbles, is the offense kind of where you thought they would be at this point?
There was some good and some bad. I mean, I think the first team offense punted once. That was after a holding penalty, backed up. So they did some good things. We got to hold on to the ball though.
A couple weeks ago, you talked about intensity and how you thought the guys were lacking it. But as you say, they're playing better. Is that part of the intensity you're starting to see now?
I don't know if we play with any more intensity, to be real honest with you. I think we just, we hit some plays. Some individual guys played really well. Anthony Allen ran through a lot of tackles. I mean, when we hit some plays. Anytime you rush for, I don't know what we ended up with, but anytime you rush for that much yardage, there's guys blocking, downfield. We just played a little better.
As your colleague, did you talk to Coach Groh? Did he have almost a look of relief or anything? Have you had a chance?
No, I think he was upset about that last drive. I'm sure he was. So.
But I guess you guys have to be friends off the field. You guys work so close together. Are you gonna have any, congratulations? I know you really want. He wants to win all games, but it's special.
Yeah, we didn't talk a lot about that this week. I mean, I've never been in that situation, and I'm sure he's close to a lot of those kids or whatever. But when you actually play the game, it really doesn't come into play. And he wasn't playing, and Coach London wasn't playing. It's the guys on the field that are playing the game.
You mentioned after NC State that a block punt seems to invariably lead to a loss. Does a kick out of bounds usually lead to a touchdown? It kind of seems that way.
Well, it's disappointing. He's really kicked the ball well, and again, he kicked well today on field goals. And we started out kicking off pretty good. The last 2 or 3 left a little beat us out.
Coach, speaking of special teams, how more often will we see Nesbitt on the handstand?
Every time we have to have it to win the game. I mean, we try to put our best 11 guys out there, the guys with the best hands, and he's one of the best athletes on the team. He could be a really good receiver if he wasn't a quarterback.
Is that why David Sims is also doing some special teams stuff? I saw him up there.
Yeah, we just try to get the guys that can field the ball with good hands out there.
You were able to run the ball between the tackles real well. What was the reason for that, do you think?
Well, I think Anthony Allen ran the ball really hard. I think Lucas Cox gave us a big lift because he comes in there, he's a load, he's hard, he runs through some folks. And, you know, clearly you're getting in somebody's way in there if you're running, so the interior of the offensive line had to do, yeah, we had 477 yards rushing, so that's pretty good.
Was this as balanced of a rushing game as you guys have had? You guys had a lot of people who had a lot of yards. Roddy had 60-something.
You know, I don't know. It just kind of ended up that way. Usually the quarterback beatback are going to get most of the yards. I mean, it seemed like early on when A-backs were getting it, we, you know, we're fumbling it around.
Is this overall the best performance you've seen from the team this season?
I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you when I watched the tape. I don't know that it was any. You know, I thought we played pretty good at North Carolina. It's hard to tell. I mean, you know, I think we came out and played well enough to win the game. Just looking on here, I must be off. His stats has Josh for throwing an interception. I don't remember that one.
For the
They
lob.
called that.
They called it.
They called
They called that an interception. Yeah, it could have been.
Did it look forward from where you were standing?
I don't know what it was. It looked awful.
So y'all didn't draw that up then?
Like I said, I think you'd like to have that one back.
You feel like you guys are finally sort of settled in with the group on defense now? That they seem to starting to gel a little bit and make some more plays and get some confidence. Do you think this is?
Well, you hope so. I mean, you played half the season. You hope that that you'll continue to grow and play better.
The secondary from up top seemed to have a pretty good game today. You know, Verica was running around and just couldn't find anybody open for a long time.
Yeah, I think we did some good things. You know, the stats are going to be a little bit. He threw for 239 yards.
He had 186 going in the last drive.
Yeah. So they had 376 yards on 59 plays. It's okay.
You did something I hadn't seen before. You were over in the fourth quarter, I think it was late in the third, and back of the bench you had the guys and you were drawing something on the chalkboard. Have you seen something out there that you were?
Shoot, I do that every game, every series.
My eyes aren't as good as they
Yeah,
used to be.
yeah, usually I'm back there. I made an adjustment. He wanted a visual check. He wanted me to do it for him again. So, but yeah, we try to do that after most every series.
One or two more, please.
Coach, you mentioned being 4-2 and 3-1 in the conference, controlling your own destiny. Do you still see this club as a ACC title contender?
We got to get better, but if we can continue to get better and you can work and get better each week, who knows? I mean, who knows? You just got to take them one game at a time. I mean, we got to get ready to play Middle Tennessee State next, and see if we can't start to string some consistency together back to back to back like we did last year.
One more?
Okay, thanks guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.